Natasha here from Big Rock Organics, and welcome to week 8 of the CSA. We have lots of fun stuff to share with you, so come join me as we take a walk through our box. So one of the things I'm very proud of, very excited for this week is the cauliflower. Is that not beautiful? So just some things that you can do with cauliflower. Of course, this is delicious raw, but if you must, you can also make cauliflower rice, chop it up really fine, saute it with your oil of choice, and then just make it like a rice. And that is also really yummy. So just very excited about those cauliflower heads there this week. We have green bell peppers, which we're very excited about. Now, bell peppers will ripen to different colors, but that takes longer. So you always get the green ones starting out. We also have some purple peppers that Peter Piper will be picking next week, a peck of purple peppers for you. So those are very exciting to be joining us, and of course add those to all your favorite dishes and salads and things like that. But look forward to the red, the yellow, and the orange peppers. I will say we have struggled a lot this year. We put the peppers down here at Esther's place. We haven't had any issues before, and this year apparently the chipmunks have gone crazy with their population, and so we've lost a lot of our pepper plants and have been battling them even down to the bitter end where they have been eating the actual peppers. So they've been eating the plants off, they are now eating the peppers. So hopefully we can just manage to get through this pepper season and live peacefully with the chipmunks, but at the moment they are really kicking my butt. So we're happy, so very happy to have the peppers, but there has been a bit of a delay due to the chipmunks. So Alvin, Simon, Theodore, yeah, we are not very happy with you at the moment. We are welcoming back Pak Choi. We have some beautiful, lovely Pak Choi that we are welcoming back. You know, we do rotation plant or succession plant, so we try to have, you know, some staggered time between crops so that you don't get too bored with some of the specialty crops. And so we will be seeing, you know, some of these things circle back throughout the season. So add that to a stir fry, and we have such good ingredients for stir fries and things like that. That is always one of my go-to meals for once a week, is a curry or a stir fry, and that is usually the one that I do to use up all the veggies in the box because they need to get used up before my new box comes, and that is just a great way to do it. And you know, just have a really nice little saute or a soup. You can also do a soup. We have boatloads and boatloads of the beans right now, and I just have to give a shout out to our amazing picking crew: Caroline, Caitlin, oh gosh, Mary, Allison, Chris, Julie, Eileen, Nancy, I hope I'm not forgetting Susie, hope I'm not forgetting anybody. These guys are both volunteers, and we have a couple of full-timers that have been just, you know, working tirelessly through all the weather, the hot, the cold, the rainy, the buggy, everything, the windy in between. And these last 2 weeks have been just doing the most fantastic job picking beans. So we have been bringing you these lovely yellow beans. We do have green beans as the next rotation through, and I will, just to put you in perspective, it takes about 6 hours worth of picking for us to pick the beans. That is every 2 days, 6 hours worth of picking for beans. Now that could be one person picking for 6 hours, or it could be 4 people, you know, picking for an hour and a half each. It is a real labor of love. So beans are brought to you with so much love and respect for the work that it takes to pull this crop out of the field, and it is just so much work. Now, that being said, we do have a lot of beans this week, so we are selling those bigger bags of beans. If you want to freeze these, it is so easy. You just snap them, and then you blanch them for, I think it's just a couple minutes, hot water, couple minutes, cold water, like ice water for a couple minutes. So easy. Dry them off, put them on cookie sheets, freeze them. Then once they're frozen, they'll be individual, and you can just chuck them into bags in the freezer. when I use them in winter to make sure they're not too waterlogged, I just take them out of the freezer right into the saute pan, saute them. I don't add any water because I'm trying to actually cook off any extra water that might have absorbed, and that is just a great way. So please consider purchasing a bag of beans, putting them in your freezer. You will not regret it, having that farm fresh flavor that you can pull out of the freezer. Those bags are a large like grocery bag full of beans, and we're selling those for $25. If you want one, you can just comment or send me a message, and we will add it to your delivery route and send you an invoice. So really easy. And we do that with sometimes when we have extra things we know that people might be interested in putting up and stuff like that. So, you know, when we get extra cucumbers, we might get an extra run of cucumbers here soon. If you want to make some refrigerator pickles, or when we get extra tomatoes and you want to freeze them or make sauce or whatnot, we'll put a little word out about that. So, you know, that way if people want to purchase some extra, you'll be the first to hear about it. So anyways, just enjoy those beans. So much love and backbreaking work goes into every single one of them. All right, so that's my PSA for the day. Sorry. Cucumbers, so excited always for the cucumbers, super crisp and crunchy. So I have still been kind of debating how to store these, so I keep a damp towel on them. You can put them in the fridge. You could keep them on the counter with a damp towel. These are just so crispy, crunchy, and delicious. Now, I will be posting or sharing my favorite recipe for refrigerator pickles. My mother-in-law makes the best refrigerator pickles, and they're so easy, and I need to make a batch because the cucumbers are in full flush right now. So if you have a couple cucumbers from the week, you can make a little jar of cucumber, pickles, put them in the fridge, eat them for the next couple of weeks. I encourage you to make at least one batch of cucumber, pickles, refrigerator pickles, because they are just so good. And these are a sweet sour, like celery seed, mustard seed, really delicious, sandwich pickle, whatever. And so those are delicious. And even as a little cheat, something super easy, you can just take these and slice them, or spear them or whatever, and put them in a jar of remaining pickle juice, and that is also just as delicious and very, very, very easy. So put some of those aside for pickles. You gotta let those go for a couple weeks to get that flavor to really develop, but they're awesome. All right, we've got curly kale, always fun. We've got some head lettuce this week. You might have different colors of head lettuce, but we're trying to keep that head lettuce rolling, and we just had a delicious salad. Always, always, always cutting everything up, putting everything in there. Speaking of delicious salads, I don't know if you have ever tried squash on salad. This was brought to my attention by Lori, one of our CSA members, and she just says that she uses a young squash or zucchini and puts it in her salad. And we did that last night. It was delicious. It holds its shape really well. So if you're doing even like a refrigerator salad, like a marinated salad, which I would highly suggest to do with a kale. So I like to chop everything up. While I'm chopping, just go ahead and do all the chopping things, right? So what I would do is I would make a fresh green salad for one night, but then I would also chop the kale, and I would take all the veggies that I'm adding to my fresh green salad, and then I would add them to this, and I would add a vinaigrette and let that sit in the fridge for the next day. So that way you can just make all your prep worth the hassle of doing and not having to do it twice. And adding stuff that holds its shape really well is a great idea. So the zucchini would be really delicious in a salad like that. So yes, we do have a lot of squash and zucchini coming in right now. Do not be afraid of them. I will include a recipe, and you can chew them all the same. They are all the same. So whether they are yellow squash or a golden zucchini, these are going to be very similar to your zucchini texture and flavor, or this is what happens with zucchini. It just goes crazy, crazy, crazy. Or zucchinis. You can use them all the same. I have been having a hankering for zucchini fritters, which are delicious. Basically anything, fried. So like fried zucchini, zucchini parmesan, zucchini fritters. Oh, also good. So you could take and just put all of this through your food processor and shred it, and then you squeeze the liquid out of it, and we will post a recipe as well. Squeeze the liquid out, add some onion and seasonings and all that jazz. I think some flour and egg and whatever, enough to bind it together, and then you just make these delicious little, like a potato pancake, but they're low carb, and they are so delicious. And you can make them and you can freeze them. Put them on a cookie sheet and freeze them, and then you can take them out, and they actually make a really good like side for a breakfast, you know, with a fried egg or something like that on top. So that is a great way to use up zucchini. Shred it and add it to just about anything. Shred it and add it to eggs. Shred it and add it to zucchini sauce or tomato sauce. Shred it and add it to any sort of baked item. So good. So don't be afraid of the zucchinis and squashes that might be coming your way. Also, you know, put them in the fridge. They'll last a decent, you know, couple of weeks or so. Give you a little bit of breathing time to process them. So shred them and freeze it, or shred it and just pack it into everything. It adds a sweetness and a smoothness if you add it to tomato sauce and then puree it all over. It really is delicious. So these just pack an extra little punch into any meal that you're cooking. Okay, down here at the bottom, I do have a wonderful surprise. Let's see if I can grab them out. Okay, we've got carrots this week, and I do have, this is what happens. The farmer gets like the extra ones that lost the tops and the ones that might not be perfect. So your carrots, we are doing a cool variety right now that is rainbow carrots. So white, yellow, light orange. They're kind of like sherbet colored carrots, which is fun. So yes, and sometimes you get the funky carrots. I will suggest something fun if you want something cute to do. You can do perspective pictures with these guys where someone stands really far back, and then you put this in front of the camera and that looks like their pants. And trust me, if you just want a good laugh, it is really fun to do. So I would love to see you post a picture with your funky carrot legs this week. That would be my challenge to you. So our carrots are they are thin skinned. You really can just take a nice stiff bristle brush to them. You don't have to peel them if you don't want to. You can roast them, you can use them raw. We'll be having carrots now pretty steadily now that they're looking like they're about ready. And these all do come out of the ground kind of in a clump. So you're gonna get some big, you're gonna get some little ones. And also they are weeding our second batch of carrots, our fall carrots right now, which are gonna be the orange traditional carrots. So don't worry, you will get some orange traditional ones. I don't know that I've got any purple ones this year because they were really long and really hard to get out of the ground. So I don't know that I've got any purple ones this year. Sorry, guys. But we do have some delicious, so excited for the carrots. Also, those carrot tops. You can eat carrot tops as well. They also just look awesome if you're looking for some hair. I could do a perm, I think. So if you want to make a carrot top pesto or something like that, you can certainly do that, and I'll drop a recipe in there as well. So I have also seen them added to salads, and they just add a more intense carroty flavor. So I don't know what it's worth. Carrot tops are edible too. Just thought you should know. All right, we have got we got lots of new things this week. It's kind of exciting. We've got those fresh eating onions. These are the red long of tropea. These tropea, tomato. These are great. You can use the top as scallions. I will say they're not going to be as tender, but if you chop them up and add them in the last minutes of cooking, they'll tender up a little bit. So you can use the tops, but then you can also use those bottoms. And I'm just so looking forward to having onions, and these are not the scallions gone crazy. These are a actual onion, and so you have that nice bulb. They are fresh though, so don't put them in your pantry. You gotta wait for them to get that skin and dry out and everything for them to be a pantry onion. These are a fresh onion. We've got some kohlrabi. We are trying to clean out some areas in the garden and finish up crops that are kind of lingering. And so we've just taken some of that purple and we've harvested it and put it in the fridge, and we're giving out this week so that we can make room. We are planting in new stuff. This is a very busy planting week. We are trying to get all of our fall crops planted. So lettuces, spinaches, oh my gosh, there's so much to plant. My last green bean planting, just so many things that are getting planted right now in anticipation for fall. So we are clearing out some things and making room for new things. So that feels really good to do. And last but not least, I think, sorry, I've been a little rambly here. We have that adorable little bundle of thyme and sage. Now, these are both really great to do a brown butter herb saute. So you just take your butter and you, over like medium high heat, get it to brown, so you not burn but brown. You'll notice that it foams a bit, the solids kind of separate, and it gets like this nutty, amazing smell and flavor. And then you're just going to chop all your herbs and put them into there, swirl them in the butter a little bit, and then that makes a wonderful like marinade or something to go with any sort of roasted vegetables. It could be very, very, very delicious on your cauliflower, or on beans, and almost anything, potatoes or whatnot. Chicken, it would be really good on chicken. So that is one thing. Also, you can just take this little bundle and these herbs will dry out really easily. So honestly, if you just kind of even hang this someplace, it will dry, and then you can use them later on in the season as well. So those are a couple savory herbs we just thought we'd throw at you this week. And we'll be revisiting some of our other herbs here. The mint is growing back beautifully. We've got lots of basil. We've also got Thai basil coming as well down the pipeline. So lots of good stuff. All right, that's everything, guys. That's a wrap. Thanks for joining me, Natasha Lewis with Big Rock Organics. Enjoy your box, and we are hoping, fingers crossed, for sweet corn next week. So boom, big announcement. All right, guys, have a great week. Happy cooking. Take care.